Dear teachers, today I talk to you as a child, psychotherapist and mother. My earliest memories of school are from class 2, when my class teacher would make me stand next to the dustbin and call me garbage because I couldn't recite the times table, and that too from anxiety. My class 3 Hindi teacher who would pick on me for my skin color and tell me, your fair skin won't run your life, because I was an academic failure. My class 6 teacher who would call me dumb and stupid in front of 45 girls and tell me I would never be an academic success. That continued on for a few years. My class 7 teacher who decided to stand me in front of a class of 45 girls again and tell me that children like me grow up to be drug addicts, go to jail, and are useless for society. I stood there absolutely mute and frozen. And then she proceeded to warn every parent in a parent-teacher meeting to keep their kid away from academic failures like me, because we might encourage their kids to not focus on studying. I remember the day my mom came home from that parent-teacher meeting, and I remember my horror, shame and guilt when my mom told me that she felt embarrassed and in pain after seeing how other parents looked at her and judged her for being Mansi's mother. These are a few of the bullying experiences I faced from teachers, and then there were bullying experiences from students. Yes, I was obese, not sporty, not good at any extracurricular, and I was told I was a nightmare of teachers and parents alike. But I was a child that was being bullied, molested and had no voice. A child scared of her own shadow. A child few saw and even less acknowledged. Because you know why? Because the world belongs to toppers, to cool kids, to sporty kids, to kids who have potential to go on to be head girls and head boys, to beautiful popular kids. Me, I was nothing in this war zone that I call school. In class 9, the bullying from students and teachers finally broke my mind, and I had a nervous breakdown in front of my entire class. I remember having kids laugh at me. Some froze up, some left the classroom, and some simply rolled in laughter. All I wished for was to die that day. And I wonder why I didn't kill myself. Or maybe my way of surviving was to eat, or maybe live a little, who knows? Or maybe my obsessive reading of fairy tales and books, because you know what, I belonged there, I was safe there in that world, and these are two needs of every single child. Dear teachers, all children want is a teacher like my class 9 teacher, who held my hand after my public breakdown, emptied out the classroom so I wouldn't be shamed, and told me that you have the best smile I have ever seen. My first and only compliment. And like my class 1 teacher, who saw me for what I was, quiet, shy and sensitive, who would call me in front of the class and acknowledge me by my name. And as I tell you this, I can recall that feeling of joy, of gratitude, that elation that a 7-year-old would feel for being seen. Dear teachers, your words make our minds, your actions define our personalities. You can be a war zone or a zen zone. You have more power than you know. I'm 40, but every insult and every word of kindness stays with me. You matter, your presence matters. How you treat us can change our destinies. After my class 9 teacher's words, I knew I mattered. Something shifted. Something changed for me. That little bit of compassion, kindness and empathy, the emptying of that classroom to talk to me, changed how I viewed the world, changed how I viewed myself. I hated myself a little bit less. I knew I mattered a little bit more. And most importantly, after that day, I knew that I would devote my life to making the world the way she made me feel. Today, as a parent, I watch my kids thrive. They love school. They love their teachers. And I've always wondered why. Why do they love learning? Why do they love going to school? It's because the teachers treat them as children, not as potential head girls, toppers, sports people, or future successes, or famous college grads. They offer them compassion, kindness, empathy. They understand them. They talk to these kids. They guide them with gentleness. They have playfulness. They in fact guide us with gentleness. They have acceptance of the child. They discipline but do not punish. Remember, your presence can make a child who is being raped, molested, or living in a domestically abusive home feel safe, feel heard. You have the power to give children like me a voice and a safe space. Most of you are overworked and exhausted, and possibly don't have the bandwidth to show up for children in this way. But a small smile, a small gesture, like my class 9 teacher, might remain with that child forever like it did with me, and can change children like me for life. Thank you for the work that you do, and for all the teachers that have shown me kindness. You changed my life, and you changed many lives through me.